Hi there, everyone. It's Sifty from Extreme Returns. Thank you for joining me for another 5-minute daily fix. If you're regular, you know what to do. I'm a chartered management accountant. I've worked for big companies like Unilever and Mars. I've worked in recruitment consultancy and headhunting, and I've set up multiple businesses of my own. I joined Etoro earlier last year, although I've only been on the platform for 4 months under the name of Extreme Returns. It's going okay. I mean, this number 7.9 was a lot higher. It was nearly double that a couple of days ago. We're going to talk about that later. Markets have taken a big battering. They're recovering slowly. I've got 36 copiers. Drawdown is still very reasonable. And I have, not available followers. I think there's around 300 roughly. Thank you for each and every one of you. If you jump across to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe there and get regular updates. If you type in 𝙋𝙧𝙤𝙤𝙤 my story into YouTube, you will see a fun cartoon I've made. And also you will see a BBC interview as well. Okay, so what's in the news? Let's jump across to the Wall Street Journal. Now, the markets took a big battering. You can probably see here in the right-hand side of the screen. Let me make it bigger. That didn't work. The 5-day stock market, you can see a big yo-yo going up, down, steadily going upwards, then going downwards, up, down. It is really volatile out there. And one of the reasons is because people think that long-term interest rates will increase. The chairman of the Fed yesterday said, no, that's not going to happen. So it's going back up again. One interesting thing is that historical gains in small stocks highlight investor exuberance, says the Wall Street Journal. Investors are piling into smaller companies than other cyclical stocks as booming market rally continues. And one of the best performers is Macy, which is a big American department store. Shares of small companies are outpacing their larger counterparts by the widest margin in more than 2 decades. Behind their eyes, confidence among investors that heavy stimulus and coronavirus vaccine deployment will boost the economy. Through Friday, the Russell 2000 index of small companies had climbed 15% and set 10 closing records so far this year, well above the S&P's 4% rise. Elsewhere in the news, technology survives Texas freeze, but weather taxes workers. So this is the blackouts in Texas because of the weather. A lot of people, millions, didn't have power or water. Those who did got incredibly high bills. I think there's going to be a backlash, but I thought I'd just highlight that. In Seeking Alpha, I'm just going to read out some of the highlights. So Square CEO Jack Dorsey, who also runs Twitter, results of Q4 were recently announced. They were good. They were according to market expectations. ARK Invest buys more Tesla. Interesting. We're going to talk about this Bitcoin in a moment. Square App's gross profit rises modestly. It's all about Square. And we're going to talk about CRISPR as well. So let's talk about CRISPR. It's one of the stocks I hold. It's gene editing. It remains a red hot sector. CRISPR Therapeutics seems primed to exploit the technology for outsized share gains. The company faces intense challenges, but what they're doing, gene editing is just exactly that. It's editing genes to help people get healthy, really. They've teamed up with Vertex Pharmaceuticals, who are a huge company. Elsewhere, another famous fund manager explains why he's bullish on Bitcoin. Famous stock picker Bill Miller, one of the few fund managers to beat the S&P for 10 straight years, after which he bombed, writes about the Bitcoin in the following way. He says it has outperformed all major asset classes over the past 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. Its market cap is greater than JP Morgan and Berkshire Hathaway, yet it's still in its early adoption cycle phase. Companies like Square, MicroStrategy, and of course Tesla are piling into it. PayPal are also very heavily involved in Bitcoin. So all of this goes to show that there's an awful lot going on in that sphere. Okay, final plug before we go. My wife has got, I think, the only Asian-focused fund. She's doing reasonably well, has gone down, and She's got some very high quality companies in her portfolio. Please do consider copying her, and also me as well. I'm trying to get to champion level. I'm very, very close, only 2,000 off, and I will be champion. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for joining me. This has been your 5-minute daily fix. Take care and bye.